Hi guys, welcome to the 5th video on the 912. Okay, so that's this bottom bit finished off now, and we can start work up here and then make our way back down here. So I'm going to start by cutting away the rusty piece of metal in the top of the wing. I'm then going to use the sheet metal folder to fold a fresh piece of steel and use the shrinker to put the shape into the top of it. With that section done, I can move on to the second section. The difference with this one is that it's spot welded to the inner strengthener for the shock tower. I've used exactly the same process as I did for the first section, only now I'm going to use the spot welder to spot weld it to the inner strengthener. And there we go, that's the top of the quarter panel repaired. On to the next bit. Okay, I've changed my mind again. What I'm going to do is get rid of all this junk. So I'm going to get rid of this wing mount panel, and I've drilled some holes just to locate the new one. And we're replacing this entire A-pillar and this panel here at the same time. So I've already got my A-pillar positioning bracket working at the moment with these mounting points. So I've just burnt the lead out of this join. So here's the lead that came out of it. So I'm now going to remove this entire A-pillar, wing mount panel and bottom of inner wing, and then I'll start by repairing this area, put my A-pillar back on, then this panel, and I'll sort this rubbish out at the same time. With the A-post and other rubbish cut out, I can now test fit the lower inner wing panel. So I'm really pleased with how this inner quarter panel is coming together now. It would have been £2,500 just for the panel if we'd decided to replace the whole thing. And I know it might look a bit like a bit of a patchwork quilt, but I think this is the best way and most cost-effective way to repair it. I've now test fitted the A-post and I can crack on with fitting that. Next up is this grot here. 3 or 4 panels all spot weld together here and it becomes a real water trap, which is why it rusts out. I'll repair the inner panels later. First off, I want to repair this outer section and get this quarter panel finished. So I don't have a repair panel for this, so I've got to make it. I'm using the section I cut out as a template, and then I'm going to use the sandbag and mallet to put the rough shape in that I need. I can then use the English wheel to smooth it all out before welding it in. So I'm pretty pleased with how this repair's come out. It just needs a little bit of hammer and dolly work and it'll be spot on. Last bit to do is this grot on the top of the quarter panel where it meets the scuttle. Well, that's this front quarter done now. Bumper mount done, bottom of quarter panel done, this corner done, repairing here, all along the top of here repaired, a few repairs through here and the captive nut replaced. We've got the A-pillar in place and I've just screwed on the wing mount panel. I want some adjustability when it comes to fitting the sill, the rear quarter panel door. I just want to be able to move the wing if I need to. So I'm just going to screw that on for now and move around to the other side. Okay, so we flipped the shell round, mainly because the lighting on this side of the metalwork room is better. Time to make the bumper mount jig bracket. I cut these bits earlier, so it's just a case of welding it together. Then I can remove this panel and we'll repair the rest. Okay, so we've got our inner bumper mount located with the holes, because I've left this strip off the old panel here. I've just put a couple of screws in down the back edge, and I've screwed the actual bumper mount into place, making sure it's located with our chassis jig. So now I can take it all off, spot weld this bracket onto here, trim this back edge and weld it all in. So with the bracket now spot welded to the inner panel, I can use my chassis jig to line it all back up again, use my screws to locate the back edge and start tack welding it together. As you can see the inside of the panel when you lift the bonnet, it's important to dress the welds in here as well. Well, that's the bumper mount now done. Again, I've not welded it down here or at the top because we need to replace all of this. But next I'm going to replace the bottom of this panel and then work my way round to that area. Once again, I'm making my cut above where the side member spot welds to this inner quarter panel. This is because the side member will be replaced later and it saves me drilling out all of the spot welds. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and check back for the next video where we'll be repairing this A pillar. See ya!